I'm in France at the aerodrome of Château Arnoux-Saint-Auban to go gliding in the French Alps. This is my first time flying in mountains, so I'll be going in a two-seat aircraft with an instructor. Here's one of my instructors, Olivier Desroses, a two-time world champion. And this map shows many of the ridges we'll be following as we go north into the higher mountains. This is a record of just one of my days flying in the French Alps. Here's the route we took. You can see southern France there, Monaco down south, and we came from the red dot and we headed up to the north to the Glacier Blanc. Saint-Auban has a wonderful collection of modern gliders in superb condition. I was flying two-seat gliders with an instructor in the back because I was new to the mountains. My friend Richard Chemtob has been flying in the southern French Alps for many years, and he had a pick of some wonderful single-seat gliders. There's a hangar full of the single-seaters, and this is Ken with the JS1 at the beginning of the day, and that's Richard in the background there. The scenery at Saint-Auban is amazing, even before you get into a glider. It's just before 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a very hot day in Saint-Auban, and we're in the queue for takeoff. We'll be heading off to the north, starting off on the lower slopes and working our way up into the higher mountains. A lot of the tow aircraft here are the Robin DR400. That's one of them going past now. He'll be turning back. But there are also plenty of motor gliders around, and there's one taking off as well. There are several strips in operation at the same time, so you have to keep a good lookout. We've climbed up to nearly 2,000 metres on some of the lower ridges, and we're heading towards Lubac now. Olivier is talking to some of the other pilots in the area, making sure everybody's safe and he knows where they all are. We fly close to the ridges to make the best use of the rising air. Sometimes it involves going quite close to the rocky surfaces. Here we're in the foothills of the Trois Évêchés at the Tête de l'Estrop. Looking over those, that's Italy in the distance and the flatlands there. I'm at the Col Agnel, and that's Monte Viso just on the horizon there in Italy. When the lift takes us above the ridge tops, we can find a thermal and circle in it and climb higher and higher until we can make our way to the next highest ridge. The scenery is spectacular, and I'm hanging my GoPro out of the little window and occasionally using my phone camera as well while Olivier flies the aircraft.
Remplaçant les petites pointes de Clotinaille et Florence et souvent Jetton.
We've climbed to over 14,000 feet now, and we're both on oxygen with cannulas feeding the oxygen to our noses, and we're heading towards the Glacier Blanc, one of the highest spots around here. And here it is, the Glacier Blanc, the white glacier, although it's not perfectly white because apparently it gets dust blown onto it from the Sahara and turns it slightly yellow. Again, Olivier takes over the flying while I hang my GoPro camera and my phone camera out of the window and get some footage. And here's me having fun. It's a beautifully clear day. The scenery is absolutely spectacular and you feel like you're on top of the world. It's an amazing feeling. It looks like there's nowhere to land down there if the lift runs out, but in fact, in the valleys there are some small towns with airstrips or proper airports, and we're high enough to glide to them if everything goes wrong. The flight's been recorded on our GPS instruments and plotted on a map. You can see it here, speeded up a fair bit. The circling bits are when we're in the thermals. And you can see at the bottom how we're gaining height steadily. The red trace is us in the glider, and the brown stuff at the bottom is the ground. So you can see that we're just skimming the tops of some of the ridges as we go up, and then as we get further up we get higher and higher. Here we're thermaling on the chapeau gendarme, the policeman's hat. As we head north here, we get closer and closer to the Italian border, and we're climbing higher and higher. You can see the height going up there. We're over 10,000 feet now. It's on the bottom there. And here we are very close to the Italian border. That's our good climb to over 14,000 feet, past the Glacier Blanc, and then we head for home, downhill almost all the way. We cross the spectacular Lac de Serre-Ponçon as we carry on south. Back at the airfield now, and I managed a nice circuit and landing, and that's it. That's my gliding in the French Alps. That flight was 3 hours and 1 minute. We covered 272 kilometers and climbed to 14,357 feet.